Hello and good morning. Happy Wednesday. We've made it halfway through the week. Today is a deep stretch workout. We're going to do some nice long holds, just relaxing, opening up the muscles, the body, waking up for the rest of the day. So let's get started. Meet me in a seated position. You can sit cross-legged. You can bring your feet out next to each other, across them, whatever's comfortable for you. And then we're going to just drop the right ear to the right shoulder and circle it down and around to the left shoulder. Before you even start anything, make sure that you have some good posture here. You're sitting up nice and tall and you're not slouched over. Set yourself up for success. And then continue your gentle half neck circles. Just down through the chest and over to the other side. Starting to wake up. And then once you get back over to the first side you were on, we'll come to our right side. Keep that ear over there, dropping down towards the right shoulder, and make sure that your left shoulder isn't hiking up. And then switch to the other side, keeping that right shoulder down now. And with that good posture, come back to the center, drop the chin to the chest, and use the hands to gently guide it. Come back to center. Take your left hand and cross it behind your back with your fingers on your back. We're going to take our right hand and guide our head to the right and down. So almost like you're heading towards your armpit there. Make sure that that left arm is staying down the left shoulder. And you should feel this stretch come straight over down the neck and a little bit into the shoulder and the back. Looking down and to the right. And come back up, switch sides, take your right arm behind your back, keeping that shoulder down, take your head and guide it to the left and down. And then come back to center, place the hands on the knees, round the spine, find that counteracting pressure of the hands pushing into the knees and the knees pushing into the hands. And then do the opposite, push the chest forward, open everything up, look up. Come back to center. And we're going to reach over to the right side, extending the right arm, reaching up over. Maybe it looks like this, maybe it looks like that. You stretch to wherever you're comfortable today. It's so dark in here, you guys. If you can't see me well enough, just let me know. It's going to be a rainy one, I believe. And press it up and over to the other side. And then we're going to come back up through the center and fold it forward. And then back up. You can come all the way through, rolling forward into a kneeling position now. And we're going to take our right hand in the center, our left hand up, big open up and twist. And then on an exhale, you'll take your hand, slide it through, palm faces up, pushing it as far as it can go so that your ear can come to rest on the ground. If you'd like to take your right arm up, around, and back, you can do that for a gentle bind, or leave it down on the ground. Whatever feels good. And then we'll place our right hand back down near our head, push into it, open back up, and come back down. Same thing on the other side, left hand down, right hand up. And then thread the needle, arm goes through, head comes down to the ground. And if you want to take that bind, you can. Breathe deep, you guys. Take the left hand back down to the ground. Press it up to open all the way up forward. And then come back onto the ground. We're going to do some cat-cows. Inhaling to drop the belly and look up. Exhaling to round the spine. Continue doing that on your own breath while I fix my crazy Mufasa here. Try to do about 5 of those. Inhaling to look up. Exhaling to push away from the ground. Round the spine. Draw the belly button up. Once you've done 5 of those, come back to your neutral spine, just set straight back. And then we're going to take our right leg, extend it out long first, doing just a calf stretch. So push back, trying to aim for that heel to touch the ground. It's not going to, that's okay. And then take your right foot and cross it over your left. And we're going to try to make a crescent moon. So from your toe to your head, everything is going over to the left. I'll show you from a different angle. Very good. Come back through the center. Extend your left leg long down and stretch out the calf. And then cross it over to the right. Bring your upper body over to the right to make that crescent moon shape. And then while that foot is over there, we're going to just bring it in so that our knees are one behind the other. So I've got my left foot over on the right side. I'm going to drag it in so it scoots right up behind my knee. And then I'm going to sit back in the space that's between my feet. So if that's not applicable to you today, put a pillow behind you. Put something behind you that you can sit on, like this. But ideally, we're coming into a seated position like that. So it's going to be more of a stretch the further out your legs are. You can keep them hugged in nice and close. Or if you don't really feel the stretch, you'll want to feel this one in your hips, kind of like a glute stretch. If you don't really feel it, start to walk your feet out a little bit. And just breathe, let the hips open up here. Want your knees kind of stacked one on top of the other, and sit up nice and tall. And take both arms behind the back and reach for opposite elbows. Sitting up tall, breathing into the belly. letting the hips open up and relax. And then you're going to fold forward. You can either keep your arms where they are and just drop your chest towards your knees, or you can unravel them and reach forward. Whatever feels good for you. One more deep breath here. And then really slowly, I want you guys to make your way out of the stretch mindfully, with control. And we're going to just switch it over to the side in a fancy way. So you're going to put your hands on your left. Take your feet and just push into them so that you can come up. Spin around on your toes, walking all the way over to the other side. And that's going to take us right into our other side. You bend your knees, you sit down, and boom shakalaka, there you are. So you can have your knees or your legs hugged in close, like I said before, or extend them long. Make sure that your knees are one over top of the other, this time with our left leg in front. And reach once again back for opposite elbows. Sitting up tall, opening up through the chest. Maybe you even look up, drop the head back. And then slowly start to fold it forward with the hands behind the back or not, whatever's working for you today. Keep breathing deep into the belly, another couple breaths. Slowly, with control, make your way back to your seated position. Stay where you are really quick. We're going to come out of it the way we came into it. I'm just going to turn so you don't get my butt in your face. Take your hands over to the right, and then we're going to turn out of it and end up standing in a straddle. So make your way there. Have your straddle be as wide as it needs to be so that your hands can come onto the ground. If that's still not a thing for you today, grab a prop. You can use a pillow and bring the ground to you. Once you're there, place your left hand directly under your head and open your right arm. Looking up at your hand, pushing away from the ground with the left hand. And then slowly release and switch to the other side. Take it back down, take the hands and flip them so the fingertips are towards your feet. Now walk them back through your legs as far as they will go and hold that stretch. Back through to the center, come over to the right, and you can either hug your leg to pull yourself towards, or keep your hands on the ground, trying to get that nose to the knee. Switch over to the other side. Back through center. With a flat back, come all the way to standing. Interlace the hands behind you. And then push the hips back, fold forward. Let the upper body come over. And the hands come down. Come back up all the way. We're going to slide our right hand down our right leg. Bring our left arm up and over for a side body stretch. Same thing to the other side. And then heel toe the feet together to be just about shoulder width apart and fold forward. Keeping the knees bent for now. You can kind of start to pedal your feet out, straightening one leg at a time, and then the other. And then walk your hands over to the right side and hold it. Walk them over to the left side. We're going to sink into a yogi squat, really low squats. Push those hips down to the ground. Take the hands to the heart in prayer and use the elbows to push out on your knees. Slowly take the left hand and reach it out as far as it can go. Still staying on the inside of that leg. And open the right arm up. If you practice yoga often, you can turn that left thumb down and reach back behind you for the bind, grabbing the hands. If not, or if you just don't want to try that, that's okay. No need to. If you never want to force any of these positions, that's just going to get you hurt. Slowly come back through the center. We'll hold for another couple seconds here, pushing the knees outwards. And then extend the right arm and open up the left. Make sure that left knee doesn't start to come in. Keep actively keeping it out. And then come back to your yogi squat. We're going to just stand up and then come back to this position 4 times. So stand up, push the hips up. And when I say stand up, I mean forward fold. So the head stays down. Into your forward fold. And then come back down into your deep squat. And bring the hips up. Try to get the chest close to the legs. Forward fold. And come down to your squat 2 more times. Hips up. One last time. And then you're going to come all the way down onto your belly. However you get there doesn't matter to me. We begin by taking our hands to our rib cage, elbows come in, and press up. If this is too much for you, you can use your forearms now instead of your hands. And then bring the hips back a little bit so you can walk the hands forward. Puppy pose, sinking the chest down, hips stay above the knees. Really good opener for the upper body. We're looking straight forward. Slowly make your way back up. Your left foot, bring it between your hands, and then take your left hand onto the inside for a lizard stretch. So try to sink the hips down. If you'd love to, you can tuck the back toes, lift the back leg, or come down to the ground, maybe on your forearms. Whatever feels good, whatever works for you. Then we're going to take our left hand on our left knee and push it out slightly as you roll onto the outside edge of this foot. So my sole of my foot is coming off the ground, pushing that knee outwards, rolling onto the outside edge of the foot. Now notice what you're doing with your right side of your body. If you're on your hand or your forearm like I am, don't collapse into it. Push away. Keep that good posture, you guys. Bring the foot back down, knee comes back in. Walk it up and push the hips back through our hamstring stretch. Flex your toes up. Try to keep a flat back here if you can. And then bear with me, you guys. You got this. Just slightly start to slide that foot forward. Even if you end up just a little further than you were before, we're preparing for a variation on splits here. So slide until you feel like, ooh, that's my sticky spot. That's what I've got. And just hold it there. Maybe you can come down far, whatever works for you. I used to do gymnastics, so splits come naturally to me, but most people who live a corporate life do not do this often, so everybody's going to look different. That's okay. Breathe one more breath in and out. And then start to slide that foot back in. And we're just going to roll through and over to the other side. Coming into our lizard first. So pushing those hips down, hands are on the left side of the right foot. Or you can come down to your forearms. Keeping in mind the options to tuck the back toes, lift the back leg if you want. And then maintaining that good posture wherever you are. You could be up on your hand or your forearm. Take your right hand to your right knee and push it outwards, coming out onto the outside edge of the foot. Keep breathing. Slowly come back in. Push the hips back, one hand on either side for our single leg hamstring stretch. Trying to get the nose down to the knee. And notice how this one feels compared to the other one. Maybe you've got one side more flexible than the other. I sure do. And start to slowly push that leg forward, slide the front heel out. If you only come out 2 more inches, then that is your spot. Whatever works. Breathe through it. Try not to fight these stretches that feel really challenging. The more you push away from it and try not to go into the stretch, unless your body's going to want to do it. Of course, if you're pushing past pain, we don't want that. But I'm just saying, let go, release the tension. Don't hold any stress in there. One more deep breath in and out. And slowly rise up. We're going to come all the way back into child's pose. So bring the legs together. Knees together, feet together. Push the hips back. Head rests on the floor. And walk the hands around, palms face up. Breathe deep into the belly. And slowly come up, walk forward to come all the way down to the ground. With your forehead on the ground, I'm looking at you, but you put your forehead on the ground and just listen to the words I'm going to say. Take your hands behind your back and interlace them. Once you've got that, we're going to just lift our upper body off the ground with our hands interlaced. Breathe into it. One more deep breath. And then release the hands, come back down to the ground. Bring both feet up. And we're going to reach back for either your feet or your ankles, whatever you can grab. The goal here is to keep them close together rather than having them splay out as we push our feet into our hands and rise up. Breathe into it. Keep pushing the hands into the feet and the feet into the hands. And slowly release. Coming all the way up to seated. To finish it up, we're going to come to a butterfly stretch. Feet together. And then fold forward. You can use your elbows on your knees. And then last one, extend your legs out long for your straddle stretch. keeping your kneecaps and toes pointing up as you fold forward. Reaching out long, reaching as far as you can go. And slowly bring it back in. Take your legs to whatever seat feels comfortable for you. We're going to close out with 5 deep breaths together. Close your eyes and just bring your right hand to your chest over your heart and your left hand to your belly. We'll start with a deep inhale in. Feel that belly expand under your left hand. And an exhale out the nose or the mouth. Big inhale in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Big, big inhale. Fill up the lungs. And exhale. Let it all go. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure to stretch with you as always. I hope to see you back soon. And hopefully on Friday for our stretch as well. Tomorrow's a Tabata workout, so come to get your butt kicked for a workout tomorrow, and then we'll stretch it out on Friday. See you guys. Have an awesome day. And if you're doing your 5K today, don't forget to submit your results via screenshot. See you later, Gators.